Quite scenic that.
I better not drop my phone in.
Lewis Hamilton overtaking Max Verstappen for the lead. Morning, Holly. What a beat. Big breakdown. It's the drill working there. Just gonna nip round a few greasing spots and grease them. So grease gun here sits on the side of the tractor, and then any kind of moving joints that have got grease nipples on them, give them a wee bit of grease. Protects the metal on metal friction, so you don't get that. You get metal on grease on metal, so you don't wear out parts and wear out bearings and all sorts. Having a bit of a shocker today. The AC's decided to stop working, so it's boiling in here. I've tried to keep, well, I've had the window up, there's a window above me here, I've had that open with the back door, let the air come through when I'm driving. It doesn't make a difference when I'm sitting still. I've got a cold can of Coke, went and picked it up, ice cold.
The header working there, I better not drop my phone in. Comes in, the reel kind of draws the heads back and then they fall, and this auger drags into the middle and up they go.
This is all the barley we bring in today so far. There'll be about 10 loads there now, 9-10 loads. This is the first batch that's come through the dryer of dry stuff of what we've done today, and then this was the other day's feed barley, and Dad started moving that down into the bottom shed. You can see he's kind of taken away this section of the pile, and that's all to go down into the bottom shed. Just emptied my trailer there, but that's 9 loads in so far. We're sitting at about 126 tonne, assuming about 14 tonne a trailer. We're not weighing these. So this crop here should, in theory, yield about half a tonne more per acre than the last crop we were in. It's still a barley crop, winter barley crop, but this is a field after peas. After peas, you get a really bumper crop because peas are a nitrogen fixer. They draw nitrogen out of the atmosphere and deposit it in the soil, which the next crop the year after then soak up. So you get a really bumper crop the year after. So we'll wait and see how the numbers come back on this, but it should be at least 0.5 up on the yield of the last field, and it yielded about 3.5 tonne. So this should be 4 plus. I'm getting overtaken round the right. Lewis Hamilton overtaking Max Verstappen for the lead. The tracks are cool though, aren't they? Question of the day. The wee red thing there, what is that? This field's completely done, other than just a wee little block there, all behind me, all the way across there is finished. We'll head, once we've finished that little bit, there's a field just beyond the hedge over there, just a wee field. It won't take too long, 2-3 hours. Hopefully we'll get a similar yield off of that. This seems like it's good. We've not got actual numbers, but just some rough kind of calculations as to what we think the trailers hold usually. It's working out pretty good. It's after peas as well, the field over there, so it should be another bumper crop. We're over the road now. Kev's just taking his trailer off while I was away unloading mine. Normally with the old combine we just keep the header on, we'd be able to get out that gate and over the next one, but obviously it's not been able to fit, so put it on the reel. Kev's taking it over the road, Dunk's just putting it on now, and then we'll get going again in the wee field. It'll take a couple of hours and then we'll be done for the night. All done there, hooked up. Kev's just taking the trolley out of the road, Dunk's getting the machine fired up again, and we'll get this field cut and in the shed. Field number 2 of the day started. Straw is not quite ready in this field. Dunk's saying it's taken a lot of threshing to get the peas off the straw. Just break it all down, you know. That's just an indication that there's still kind of a bit of rawness to it, a bit of moisture. It's not as brittle as it could be, as it would be if it's optimal. Dad's made a fair dent in that pile now. It's probably only 60 tonne there maybe. Started at 200, now down to 60, so you'll be glad to see the other side of that pile, and then we'll replace it with another pile. Already made a dent in this field. It's full there. There's a big green patch here. That's because that section flooded just not long after it was sown. So we don't normally sow this kind of half of the field, the point of the triangle here, because it always floods. But we did drainage just over the road, and we were hoping that possibly the drainage over there would then draw water out of here. It has helped, but it still got flooded out. So we'll probably get in here this year with drains, or depending what's going in after this, actually it might end up being next year by the time we get round to it. And we'll get that drained, and then we'll get a good bit of crop out of that section rather than it flooding and just being a mess. Also, big thanks to everyone who's subscribing at the moment. It seems to be climbing quite quick. I had a goal of hopefully maybe 1,000 by the end of harvest, but it's looking like we might hit 1,000 by only the third field or fourth field of harvest, so that's pretty good. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoy the videos. Next stop, well, we need to wait until we get to 1,000. I better not count my eggs, count my eggs, count my chickens, count my eggs. We're almost on the last load for me anyway. It'll be, I think I'll end up coming back for another like 5-6 tonne or so. I'll get some here, Kev will get a good majority of what's left. Yeah, I think it'll be one more from Kev and then one more after this from me, and that'll be us done for the day, which is pretty good. Combine's just come in now, flashers on, just went on, so I'll head down the field a wee bit before I fill up, try and top this off right full without spilling it. I've not spilled any yet today actually. Not yet. A wee bit of a pocket there, might get half a tonne, but just going to head back. Fuel has been delivered. Jackpot. Quite scenic that. Anyway, almost finished. Getting through it. Having my tea. Some amount of straw coming out the back there anyway, there's plenty of straw. Loads of straw going to come off these, a lot of bales. It's going to wind up really touch and go. Duncan's got to get up to this end of the field and all the way back down again. And I've only got space. I've got space for one full empty from the combine. Kev's headed back. He's going to give me a phone when he gets there. But I don't think I'll know by then if he's needed or not to come back to get a wee bit. I mean, you don't want it for ease, but you do want it because that's the money in the field right now. Am I done? Just completely empty the tank, head home. When the header comes off, you fold your points in at either side. You disconnect the PTO there and the umbilical cord. And there's one other lever that takes pins out of the base of the section that joins onto the header. Home time. We'll escort combine back to farm 2, Dunk will head up there and I'll head back home. Head out, pick it up in the morning. It's not meant to rain tonight, so sort it out in the morning. That's a pretty good shift there. That's 63 acres since 11 o'clock, 9 o'clock now, so that's 10 hours. Pretty good shift. Back at the yard now, so Dad's just pushing up this last pile that Kevin dumped, and then I'll get my last trailer dumped there, and then I'll pack this up. He's getting through the, hold on, there you go. He's getting through that pile there, there's not much left there at all, 30 tonne, if that. Get that shifted down the bottom, and then that's a clear space and we can start tipping this over there. It's time for lights. Boom, boom. So we've got all this here. This is wet, still to be dried. We've got this barley, which is some of this wet barley which has been dried. And then we've got the pile over there, which is now significantly reduced, which is the dried feed barley. This is all seed, that was feed, which is still getting shifted down to the bottom shed, but it's almost done. It's late on now. I haven't put the torch on, it's blinding me. Just going down to the forklift, need to fill up the pit. I usually kind of keep it going a bit later because I'm a bit slow in the morning, so Dad gets up early and fills it up again in the morning, and that generally works fine. Basically, we've swapped the position of the valves, so shut this chute, opened that chute. You can see there's a batch come off there, just because we're going to leave it running through the night, so that'll be quite full in the morning. So we didn't want it to be here, or it would run over and might end up over here and mix. So we've done that. It's about 11:30, 11:45 now, and the pit's empty. I'm going to top it up before I go to bed. Works quite well. I don't mind staying up late. I'm way better late at night than I am first thing in the morning. So I'll do this just now. Dad will be up first thing in the morning and he'll stock it up again. So it's only really got like a 5, maybe 6 hour window maximum that it's not got anyone at it. So it'll be fine for all that time. Basically just going to bring a chunk of this round, fill it all the way over the pit, so we've got enough to do 3 batches. If you fill it right good and full, you can do 3 batches without filling it up again. Done. You can see there's a big pile on the pit now. That'll keep it going. I mean, it'll be fine actually. I think it's just less than 3 hours at the moment, a full cycle of grain. So just filling now, 3 hours from now it'll be 3 in the morning, and another batch will be 6 in the morning. And Dad'll be at it by 6 in the morning, so doesn't even need to be able to do 3 batches. 2 is fine. I'm off to bed. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.